Hare Krishna. So I'd like to welcome all the devotees who are assembled for this today's session. And the topic is how to become tolerant. So it seems like you are actually, I believe that you are tolerant, and now you'll become more tolerant by even by listening me. You are prepared to become tolerant. So that is kind of a very humorous thing. Then the question arises, why one has to practice tolerance? What is there, Because we see in the modern life, whatever happens, we have very quick reactions, is it not? Uh, Someone says something, even before thinking about that, we just react. And that is kind of, beginning of quarrel or so many things we see in this, day-to-day life. But in bhakti life, tolerance is given more importance because it's very essential for progressing in our, not only in devotional life, but in a social life also. If someone is very tolerant, I saw in last month, not last month, in last week, I went to Dwarka, and then we were, in Mumbai also for some time. And then we were supposed to catch a train from Mumbai to Dwarka. And Mumbai, we were for some time on the local, railway station, and we were, trying to climb on this train, and we tried to, be in that, train for some time, maybe half an hour or something. But it was very difficult, We then understood that it's not that easy to become tolerant, because with the devotees, because they understand our language, they know this and that, so many things. But the people, they do not know how to behave and like that, no. Then it's very much essential to practice a tolerance in our life. But tolerance is not a weakness. Someone thinks that no, why we have to become tolerant because someone says something or someone does something, then just we have to react. Why there should be tolerance? It's kind of weakness. It's not weakness. It's actually strength under our control. It's really it's a strength. And then it's we become very steady in any disturbance. That is a tolerance. Tolerance is not kind of very something different than this world, or where one has to practice in a cave or somewhere in Himalayas. No, in our this tolerance is very much needed in our day-to-day life. And then there is one very good example of tree. Actually, I was thinking to give this example later on, but I thought, let me tell this story now only. There was a tree, and then that was mango tree, of course, and so many mangoes were on that tree. And then small boys, according to their nature, they were trying to get the mangoes, and for them it was very difficult to climb on the tree because they were not that tall or like that, or they were small. And then they were trying to get the mangoes. They were having many stones in their hands, and they were just throwing the stones on the mangoes. And they were, of course, they were getting the mangoes. They were relishing the mangoes. But somehow or other, what happened? That was a area of one palace. One king was staying there. And then what happened? Suddenly, the king came out of the door, his palace, and he was just taking a round around his palace with his with his minister, like that. Just he was watching the things. And then out of sudden, what happened? The stone, instead of hitting the mango, it hit the king on his forehead. Immediately he was not knowing that something will happen like this. And so out of sudden, he hit with the stone, and then blood was coming out. And then everyone, got, now what will happen? Then king, ordered, who is that? Who did this? Bring that person. And then even, immediately that one soldier, he went out and he saw some, boys were there, and then he tried to catch them, and some other he caught only one boy, and brought him, and other boys they just ran away. And the boy was trembling. He knew now, I will be no more. And they brought him in front of the king. King saw, and he just ordered like this. And the minister came to know that he's asking for the sword. And they brought, one big thali. In that they kept that sword. And the sword was inside the scabbard. And then the king lifted that sword and took the sword out of that scabbard. Then everyone was like, like this. They were stunned. And that small boy who he was crying, he was, holding his hands. And then immediately, the king, he kept that sword inside the scabbard again. Everyone there thought, oh. The king now he began to speak. He said, see, this boy was not throwing the stones on me, but he was trying to get the mangoes. And then him and then other boys, they were using the stones to get the mango. Then what happened suddenly, out of sudden that hit to me. And then, see, he told, whatever he told, it was very amazing. No one was expecting. He told, see, the tree, they were, like, they were throwing so many stones on the tree, but tree never said anything or never reacted. Just, the tree was giving only the mangoes, sweet mangoes. But me, see, me, the king, I know I got hit by one stone, and then I know I got reacted like this. But see the tree never reacted, and tree is giving the fruit, the shadow, and so many things. And why should not learn from the tree to become tolerant? Huh? And see, I'm now tolerant, and I'm very peaceful. So by becoming tolerant, one becomes peaceful, and that is actually needed. No, everyone is after the shanti, very shanti. Huh? They may get someone shanti, the name, some ladki or something, and some girl shanti. No, but we are not looking for that shanti. We are looking for shanti, peace, inner peace. We may get sometimes, sitting in the temple somewhere, oh, very peaceful. Silence is the prayer. Yes, but silence is outside. What about inside? There has to be silence inside also. And that silence comes from the tolerance. And then, see, this due to tolerance, the king was able to avoid unnecessary violence. Violence is not with the sword only. Violence may be with the words, the harsh words we use. Whenever we use harsh words, towards anyone, then it's not, for that person. If he's not tolerant, then he will react, and then we will react, and then quarrel, then fight, this and that increases. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, it is chapter 2nd and 14th shloka verse. Krishna says, Matra sparshasu kaunteya, shitoshna sukha dukkada, agma paino nityaha, tam sitiksha svabharata. Lord says that there are two seasons. Of course, there are many, but he is using those two seasons, summer and winter. So now summer is coming, or summer has already started in some places. And then before there was winter, the summer and winter, they're coming and going. Matra sparsha sukha shitoshna sukha dukkada. Sometimes there is cold, sometimes there is, heat. We tolerate those things, heat and cold. In the same way, we are supposed to tolerate this happiness and distress. Because whenever there is distress, we become, very much collapsed, we become morose. So many things happens. But if we can tolerate, Krishna says that, tam sitikshasva, we just tolerate. Because some, distress is coming, distress is not, every time. After the distress, the happiness is about to come. But and after happiness, there is again distress. This is the world of duality. The world of duality means there is, not only one thing. Sometimes distress, kabhi khushi, kabhi gum, both are there. Huh? So we have to tolerate. And then what happens? Once I asked my Guru Maharaj that what we are supposed to do whenever happiness comes. He said that just you have to know that after some time, huh, the distress will come. And after distress, again, the happiness will come. So it's coming and going. So agama paino nityaha. It's coming and going. And just we have to watch. But when we'll watch that thing, if we are tolerant, then only we can, just become observer. Okay, winter is coming. Okay, let it come. Okay, summer is coming. Let it come. In the same way, okay, distress is coming and happiness, both they come and go. But let me tolerate things. What happened with Pandavas? They were kind of staunch devotees of Krishna, but they were always, they lost their kingdom, they lost everything. They were in, in the forest, they were, in exile also. And but they never lost faith in Krishna. Once what happened? Narad Muni, the great saint, the great devotee of Lord Krishna, he approached Krishna. He told to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, oh my dear Lord Krishna, it's very amazing and surprising that after so many things happened with the Pandavas, they were sent to exile, this and so many things happened with them, but still they never left you. They never lost faith in you. I'm still surprised. What magic you are doing with them? Because after so many things, still they are at your lotus feet. Still they know they worship you. Still they are there with you. Why? Because they knew, the Pandavas knew that in this material world, not at every time we'll get happiness. The distresses are there. So this is the world of duality. Sometimes happiness, distress. Someone is very rich and someone is poor. Male, female, this and that. These are kind of characteristic of this material world. These things will always be there. We cannot change the material world. We can change ourselves. And what's happening actually in our day-to-day life? We like to change others. But if we think from inner side, then we'll understand that it's not easy to change others, but it's easy to change ourselves. Why it's easy? It of course is not that easy. First, we have to accept that I have to change. Then only things will come, in order or like that. The the big disease is that I will not change. Hmm. हम नहीं सुधरेंगे. Huh? We never like to change. Why we never like to change? Because we never accept that I have to change. Then, like we saw Pandavas, they knew that Krishna is always helping us. Whatever comes in our life, Krishna is always with us in distress and happiness. So similarly, we have to always think that in any condition of our life, Krishna is always there because he is the supreme personality of Godhead. He will protect us. Never mind whatever the situation may be. With Prahlad Maharaj, extreme difficulties. And then, what to speak of others, his own father, he was against him. He was trying to kill him, many ways, many different ways. He's even never, unseen or never, no one thinks that, the father, maybe, he may be cruel like this. But Prahlad Maharaj, he was always peaceful, always tolerant. And he was having strong faith in Krishna. Why? Because he heard about Krishna from the great saint Narad Muni. And due to that, conviction in his heart that I am not this body, I am part and parcel of the Lord Krishna. And then whatever happens is, it's okay. No worries. Then the Shanti, only now the word Shanti is in the dictionaries. We find the Shanti word. But it's not like that, we can have shanti in our lives. Uh, in Bhagavad Gita, 29th slok of 5th chapter, Lord Krishna says, if you would like to obtain shanti, peace, take this peace formula. Hmm. What is that peace formula? Lord says, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surudam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. Lord says that I am the owner of everything and I am the beneficiary of all whatever you do. And third one is, I am the well-wisher of all the living beings because I am situated in everyone's heart, very near to the soul. So Krishna is very near. We may think that, oh, this person is very near to me. He is very near, very dear. But actually, we may think or we may see others very near or dear to us, but Krishna is most dear. He comes even in the hellish planets. huh? Whenever any soul goes to hellish planets, uh, for the suffering of his past, sinful activities, then Krishna always, with all the living entities. So this is the mercy of the Lord. So if we think all these things, then we will, we'll understand that, if we become, tolerant. Actually, for this, under the practical tips, I'd like to say a few things. Pause before reacting. If someone is saying something, then don't react immediately. Just pause. Think over it. Huh? Should I, become very much reactive or proactive or just, just tit for tat? That we have to know. And see, and one more thing, see Krishna's plan. Huh? No, the Lord may want us to become tolerant, forgiveness, to have all these good qualities. Then he may, we may undergo some test. Then one more thing, to become tolerant, we have to reduce expectations because we have so many expectations from others. No expectation of from us, but from others. I may have so many expectations from you all, but from me, I don't expect anything. I think that I'm a very nice person, this and that, but they are not nice. They are like this, that. So then it's very difficult for us to become tolerant. And then the power of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hmm. The Hare Krishna Mahamantra gives such a strong strength so that it stabilizes our mind. Hmm. Like Lord Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, Mamayivamsho Jivaloke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Manah Shashtan Indriyani, Prakritisani Karshati. Krishna says that all the living entities are my part and parcels, and they are kind of, due to the forgetfulness nature, they are kind of, very much big in a illusion, and they are suffering in this material world because they forgot me, uh, because they are my part and parcels. I am their, father, but they forgot me, and then now they are suffering. But if they come back to me or think of me, devotion of me, then they'll become peaceful. But what happens then? Then for this, we have to have in a good association. Like I always give the example of water. So do you know water is red, blue? Many times, whenever I ask the small boys, do you know water is of which color? They say, yes, we know water is blue. Water is not. It may look like blue due to the sky, but water is colorless. But if you ask the water, hey water, not like that. पानी रे पानी तेरा रंग कैसा? Then water will say, जिसमें मिलाओगे वैसा. If you put me in a red thing, I will become red. Different colors. In the same way, the person with whom we are associating, the qualities of that person, will come as that is sangha. association. Hmm. If we are associating with a bad person, then the bad qualities will come in us. And if we are associating with the devotees, then all the good qualities like tolerance and forgiveness and so many good qualities will come in us. And you see, if one has to become, want to become tolerant, he has to know how to forgive others. He is becoming tolerant. That means he's forgiving whatever they are, committing, misbehavior with us. Hmm. He says, okay, no problem. They are kind of innocent. Let me forgive them. So if I forgive them, then I become tolerant. Hmm. I'm not becoming tolerant. Why? Because I'm not forgiving. I'm keeping that in my mind, and I'm I will wait for when the day will come, so that I will react. मैं बदला लूंगा. या मैं बदला लूंगी. Lungi, no, there is no lungi in that, but badla lunga lungi. And that is kind of beginning of so many things. But devotees are always tolerant. That's why Chaitanya Prabhu told, Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnuna, amanina amanadena, kirtaniya sadahari. He says that one has to become humbler than the blade of grass, and one has to become tolerant uh, than the tree. And in this state, and one has to give respect to everyone without expecting any respect from them. In this state of mind, one can chant always the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that means why Lord wants us to become tolerant? Because unless and unless we become tolerant, we cannot advance in our spiritual life. Because this is a quality of a Vaishnava to become tolerance, forgiveness, and so many things. Why I'm stressing on tolerance? Because this is our today's topic. If we in the future, if we may have different topic, then we can elaborate on that. And then stay with the devotees, and then then only we can develop this nature of tolerance. And a real test comes when someone neglects us, someone insults us. Sometimes there is misunderstanding. Hmm. Someone says, "Do you know he's like this? He told like this about you." Then immediately we react, "Oh, how he can say like that?" But if we become a little bit calm and quiet, and we ask, "Have you yourself heard this?" Then you say, "No, I didn't heard, but someone told me." Okay, someone told you. Then we begin, firing that person. Oh, he's like that, that. But if we ask very clearly that, have you heard him huh, saying like this? No, I never heard, but I thought he may say, or he's having something like you are like this about you. See, so many things. This kind of misunderstanding. This is kind of speculation. This is speculation. And Prabhupada said that no speculation. Uh, I think so. Perhaps, maybe. That's why, our life becomes more and more complicated. And Patel Guru Maharaj once told me that this Trinadapi Sunichena, becoming tolerance, is the basis of the relationships. Uh, If we would like to develop good relations with everyone, particularly with the devotees, then we have to have this tolerant nature, because devotees, they come from different backgrounds, and they have different natures, different in they may be different in gunas, maybe someone sattva guna, someone raja guna, tama guna, goodness, passion, and ignorance. But if we think that okay, I have to become tolerant, then everything goes very smoothly, nicely. Huh? Krishna, sometimes I think, someone is chanting very loudly, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Sometimes I think that let me tell him, oh, why are you chanting so loud? Huh? I'm not able to hear my chanting, I'm hearing your chanting. Then, but immediately I think, no, if I do like this, then, we'll break the relation. Then I pray to Lord, okay, Lord, it's up to you. You may decide what will happen. Let me hear your names properly. Huh? That I am praying. And what happens after some time? I'm not. I'll become able to hear my chanting of not my names, God's names, and then whoever chanting loudly, that's not uh, disturbing to me. That means little if for a fraction of seconds or few minutes, if we become tolerant, then that makes us very peaceful, and we can concentrate on our chanting, our regular services, regular dealings. And one more thing, I observed this from me so many years, that what happens, whatever service is allotted to us, not in spiritual life, but in every way, wherever you go, in the different departments. Sometimes I'm supposed to do some service in particular department. If I will not focus on that particular department and I just go to different department, they are doing this and that, so many things, then that becomes very much disturbing to our mind. And then we can't up whenever someone comes, we just throw something on them. We use different words about that person, and when we see that person, we don't want to even see that person, because already we have so much poison in us about that person. And just we cannot maintain our tolerance, forgiveness, just uh, all these good qualities go away. But the higher understanding is everything is Lord Krishna's mercy, and the Lord is behind everything, and He knows who is having what in their heart, from how many years in their past lives they are doing devotion to the Lord, and then Krishna knows. If we think like this, Krishna knows everything. So then, for us to become tolerant is very easy. I saw Guru Maharaj many times that whenever so many things happens around him, different devotees come and they bring some quarrel between them, some fight, and they come to Guru Maharaj. But Guru Maharaj is always peaceful, because he knows that both are devotees, both have good qualities. They may have some anarthas, but Guru Maharaj sees only the good qualities. Like this Yudhishthir Maharaj and Duryodhana, they were sent by Dronacharya, and Dronacharya told, my dear disciples, you go to different places or wherever you like. You have to Yudhishthir, you have to bring one bad person. Yudhishthir said, okay, one person, oh, that much. Yes, yes. And to Duryodhana he said, Duryodhana, you have to bring only one good person. He said, Gurudev, only one good person, that's all I'm supposed to do. Yes, yes, you go. And they went out, and after some time they came back. They approached Dronacharya. They bowed down before him. And Dronacharya asked, what happened? You both were, you know, supposed to bring, one good and bad person. I'm not able to see anything like that. And then Duryodhana told, please forgive me, Gurudev. Because wherever I went, wherever I, saw different people, then I understood that. I thought in the beginning, oh, this is a good person. But when I went very close to that person, I understood that this is, kind of number one uh, bad guy. And then I rejected all the people I rejected, and it came back. I didn't see any good person in this world. Oh, what about Yudhishthira Maharaj? You didn't get any bad person? He said, no, Gurudev, sorry. Because whenever I went to any person, I thought that he may be bad person. But whenever I approached to that person, I found many good qualities in that person. So I thought this is not a person which I'm looking for. So Gurudev may not be happy with this person, so because he's having all good qualities. Then I approached next, second, third, but I understood that no, no one is, in this world with bad qualities. Everyone is very good person. So then, sorry, I came back like this. Then Dronacharya understood that Duryodhana himself is having bad qualities. That's why he is looking in that, that is spectacular of that. We say this is drishti and this nature is srishti. Whatever drishti we are having, the same srishti will see. Uh, If we are not having good qualities, then we see bad qualities in everyone. But if we are having good qualities, then what will happen? We'll see all the good qualities everyone. Like Guru Maharaj always quotes this sloka. Ayam nijaha parabeti gananam laguchetasam udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. In that verse it said that Ayam nija, this is my person, that is not my person, this and that. This is gananam laguchetasam. Those who are narrow-minded, they think like this. This is mine, this is that, this another property, this is that, this so many things. Oh, this is my friend, this is my enemy. They are, kind of narrow-minded nature. But those who are broad-minded, Vishal Hriday, what they do? Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Oh, yeah, everyone is from my family, no? This is because my family means this is Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam. My family is this Prithvi, this earth is my family. So they may be, different castes, this and that, so many things. They may not be only human beings, the animals and so many. They are kind of my family members. So whatever they do, okay, let me tolerate, let me forgive them. So kind of, whenever we hear so many things about this, whenever we go through all these slokas and in the scriptures and so many things, then we'll understand that this is very important to, become tolerant. huh? Because by getting knowledge, only getting knowledge not enough. When we apply that knowledge, applied knowledge, that is, one is jnana, another is vijnana, jnana vijnana sahitam. Both are needed. Only theoretical knowledge is okay, but that is not all and all. If we get theoretical knowledge, then we have to apply that knowledge. That is, we say science, uh, theory and practical. In the college, we say, no, or today is my theory class. And then what is next? And next is practical class. So whatever I'm learning, I'm doing that in a practical way, so that, I will come to the whether I have heard the, same thing, whatever I'm doing now. So like that, that's very much needed. And then tolerance is a quality of soul actually, Hmm. is not the quality of body. Hmm. But of course, the symptoms are seen through the body because we are not able to see soul of others and others are not able to see our soul. Then we can see there, the symptoms in the body. They are bowing down. That's why in ISKCON we see that so many times, this Vancha Kalpataru, so many mantras, this and that. We chant, we fold our hands, we bow down. This Panchanga Pranam, Saštanga Dandvat. Sometimes, we bow down. दुनिया झुकती है झुकाने वाला चाहिए. When we come to that, this is, kind of forgiveness, tolerance, is very much connected with this folding hands and bowing down. Then, Lord is very much pleased with this tolerance and forgiveness. This is the quality of Vaishnavas. Then when Dhruva Maharaj got insulted by his stepmother Suruchi, he became very angry. And he knew that, I'm a very small person. And now I have no strength to, to react whatever my stepmother said. And then he went to his mother, Suniti, and he was kind of very, very angry. He's, his lips were kind of very much trembling. He was like this, and tears were flowing from his eyes. And then what happened? Suniti told, see, my dear boy, we have to tolerate the things, we have to forgive, and we never have to keep any grudges about anyone, because the Lord, he will never like this, because everyone is part and parcel of the Lord, and in that way we are kind of brothers, sisters. So because we are having common father means we are brothers, sisters. So Krishna is our common father. Uh, Someone may name in different ways, but Krishna is the original father of everyone. So we are brothers, sisters, then we are having this big family. Then if we have this consciousness, I remember once Guru Maharaj, he gave seminar on this topic of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. He was explaining many things. Hmm. So then there are so many things to be discussed in this topic. And then this uh, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, we can understand that Lord himself, he was exhibiting these qualities. When Prakashanand Saraswati in Varanasi, he was uh, he was always, blaspheming Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hey, Chaitanya is always dancing, this and that. What is this? And this is kind of very much, it's not the way of, doing this uh, sadhana or like that. He was not that much. He was against. And then what happened? When a Maharashtrian Brahmana, he heard these things and he didn't like. He approached Chaitanya. He told that, my dear Lord Mahaprabhu, I'd like to take you to that Prakashanand Saraswati so that you can teach a lesson to him. You can, give, the evidence from Shastra, then you can convince him with the devotional service. Mahaprabhu said, okay, no problem, I will go. He went there, he exhibited the quality of tolerance, uh, humility, because there were so many, Mayavadi sannyasis and this Prakashanand Saraswati's 60,000 disciples. They were kind of thinking, I'm God, we are God, like that. They have that mentality. And Mahaprabhu is very, in a humble way. And he was not, he was not touched with that, mm, mellow. We cannot say mellow, but their behavior, their egoistic nature. And then Mahaprabhu sat near the place where they were washing their feet. They're keeping their khadaus or like padukas. And then Prakashan, he amazed, oh, is this kind of, uh, he never thought or seen this humility. And then, he brought Mahaprabhu inside. And then when he heard so many things, and this, also Trunadapi and so many things he quoted, Mahaprabhu. Uh, when we chant, when we are able to chant the holy name always. And what is the use of that? And uh, becoming tolerant means we are trying to escape from this material world. If we are not becoming tolerant, that means we'd like to continue this material world only. Okay, either is how. We don't want to go out. That means, no. If we are tolerating, okay, whatever he's doing, okay, let him do. I will become, I will remain tolerant. That means we are just, keeping this material world away from us, untouched, and then we can very easily advance or go beyond this material world. Like, there are three gunas: sattva guna, rajaguna, tamaguna, goodness, passion, and ignorance. And then if we are in tamoguna or ignorance and passion, for us is very difficult to become tolerant. To become tolerant or to become forgiveness, then what we have to do? We have to situated. We have to be situated in the mode of goodness, sattva guna. Then how to become situated in sattva guna? One thing is then we have to associate the devotees. uh, they are mostly in sattva guna. Then we can get that quality. Yes. Another thing is, if we read the different scriptures, Gita, Bhagavad, and if we recite the shlokas, different shlokas, explaining the tolerance, like this Matra Sparsha Sukaunteya, Bhagavata, second chapter, 14th verse, and this Trinadapi Sunichen, recited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shikshashtakam, third shloka. And then Kapila, Lord Kapila, he was telling me the importance of these sadhus, glories of sadhus to his mother Devahuti. And there also he quotes this sloka, one sloka about tolerance. And now so many things. He says that Titikshvaha Karunika Surudam Sarvadehinam Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. Lord says, Titikshva, who is sadhu? Because Devahuti, she asked one question to the Lord. Oh, my dear son Kapila, I'm so much, entangled in this material world. So many relations, this and that, so many things. So how I can, you know, come out of this attachment? Then Lord told, oh, my dear mother, you have to become to attach to certain things. She said that how come? Hey, Putra, I'm asking you to how to become, get out of this attachment. You are saying that I have to be attached to certain things. What is that? Lord told to her that, oh my mother, if you become attached to the unattached sadhus, then you will be detached from this world. Then she asked, she was very curious. She asked, oh my dear son, how I can recognize the sadhus? What symptoms they have? Then the Lord quotes this shloka. Titikshvaha means they are tolerant sadhus. Titikshvaha karunikaha means they are having full compassion for the living entities. If they are not behaving properly, this and that, then they are having this, compassion in their heart. They think that, oh, he's having so many bad qualities. Let me, give some instruction, some, prasad, this and that. Let me teach him so that he can become, out of this anarthas. And then that means he tolerates, whatever happening. And then Karunika, and then Surudaha Sarodehina. He is always well-wisher, real well-wisher. So of course, there are two types of well-wishers. One is material well-wisher. In the morning, Guru Maharaj in the Japataki was saying, hmm, they give so many things to others, this and that. So, oh, we are doing welfare activities. See, we are giving roti, kapda, makan, so many things. But what is next? You are given roti to them. How long they will eat? That will finish. You are giving kapda, clothes to them. How long they are going to wear that? If you give a house, how long they are going to stay in that? But if you give real, well-wishing thing, that is, the knowledge about the Lord, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, then that's kind of, uh, we are uplifting them from this material world. That is real well-wisher, well-wishing. And then Ajata Shatrava. Ajat Shatrava means one whose enemy has never taken birth. That means he never thinks about others that they are my enemies. They may think that like Krishna never think that this person is my enemy. But the other they may think, uh, like Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir Maharaj is Ajat Shatru. Hmm. He never thought of everyone that that person is my enemy. Even even Duryodhana, he he tried to take away all the things from the Pandavas and so many things he did with them. But still, Yudhishthir Maharaj always calling him Duryodhana, not Duryodhana, but Suyodhana. His name was Suyodhana. Only Yudhishthir Maharaj he was saying, oh Suyodhana. That means he never had that, you know, uh, whatever he has done with them. He never kept in his mind. He was always, Ajat Shatru. He never thought Kauravas as his enemies. Even after when all the Kauravas, they they become dead in the war. And then what happened? Dhritarashtra and Gandha, they were staying in the palace only. Yudhishthira Mahasi, after this so many things happened, Dhritarashtra, he did, he always supported his son Duryodhana. But still, Yudhishthira Maharaj, every day he used to go to Dhritarashtra and he was bowing down, he was touching his feet, both of their feet, Gandhar and Dhritarashtra. He was taking the place. He was, king. He was Samrat, Chakravarti Samrat. He was the king of not only Bharat, India, Bharat Varsha, whole world. But still was bowing down. Huh? See, so much tolerant. Huh? And then he was so much forgiving nature. So that's why he was always peaceful, Yudhishthira Maharaj. So if you just, we think, for a few seconds, if you think like this, if I become tolerant, forgive, if I will have the quality of forgiveness, then in one sloka of Bhagavata, so I think sixth chapter, Lord says that one who has controlled his mind, huh, for him is to attain the Lord or the perfection is very easy. So this tolerance, forgiveness, the mind is connected with that. Hmm. Because mind is always disturbing us. Hey, why you are tolerating? Don't tolerate. Just react. But if we, train our mind in such a way that whatever is happening, whatever may happen in our front or whatever situation may come, if we forgive that, person or whatever, and then if we become tolerant, then I will advance. If we're not tolerant, then what will happen? All the things always we think of that person, this and that. Okay, no problem. Already I have forgiven. Okay, let me chant very nicely so that I can, go away from this material world. Once I enter in the spiritual world, then there is no more these things, anartha, this guna, this guna. There will not be anything like that. So it's very nice to be with you today, and I hope you liked this lecture. And then, of course, if you have any questions, you are welcome for the questions. Question? Oh, Aradhya question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for the really a wonderful insight about this concept of how to become tolerant. Because with the professional life, this is our day-to-day fight. Every day, we are fighting with the corporate world about the tolerance. So, Prabhuji, my little thought process was going on while you were giving the class. Is the tolerance is directly proportional to dependency? Like lesser the dependency, better the tolerance. More the dependency, the tolerance becomes more harsh and compromised. I mean, I hope you're getting my question.
Uh,
Like,
yeah.
like for example, two scenarios. One, I'm in my corporate life. Although I may disagree with my superior 100 things, but still I'm dependent, so I have to tolerate whether I accept it or don't accept it.
Hmm.
Or in a sickness, if I am bedridden, my dependency kills me more than pain, that I'm dependent on somebody. And does that challenge the tolerance? So, how a devotee should look in these two aspects?
Nice question. So, see, thank you for the question. Actually, the dependence, yeah, the place you are, working. So you are working under not only you, but someone is working under some person, and then he's not the in charge, but he's working under someone, and then he has got some things to be done from you, and he is having so many expectations, but we may not be been able to fulfill those expectations. We may have some limitations, and he's having so many expectations from us, and then he become very much disturbed, maybe, if we'll not fulfill those expectations. And then of course we are depending on him because he's our mm, uh, he's our boss or something like that. Then he's not, that means he's not tolerating us, huh? So he's using harsh words and in different ways or whatever ways, I don't know, different word ways. But if we are very much practical, then one example can be given. If we are very much uh, I mean to say honest in that work, and with our full strength we are doing whatever we are expected to do, but we are sometimes we have the, or not sometimes, always we have some limitations. If we are supposed to do this work, not he is supposed to from us, that he wants us to do these things in 10 days, but it's not highly impossible to do in 10 days. It may take more than that, but he comes, why it's not happened, this and that. Narad Muni, there's one story of Narad Muni and one snake. It's a very famous story. I think you may be knowing this story. Once what happened, in one village there was a snake, and snake was always biting, everyone. And then Many people, they were dying and they were becoming very afraid of that snake, very big, long snake. And for many person, they tried to catch him, but they were unable. You know, the the snake was so much always, he was throwing the poison and he was killing. And Narad Muni was once he was going through that place and he saw that snake is unnecessarily is disturbing the people. Then he told the snake, please don't do like this. Huh? Just what happens, just what to do. Just, keep quiet. Don't bite anyone. And then what happened next time he came? And so many people, they were coming and throwing stones and rocks on that snake. And he was kind of, bleeding. He was very, very much weak. And he was, sometimes something like, thrown somewhere like that. Narade, what happened to you? That serpent told to Narani, Gurudev, whatever you told me, just I am following. You told don't, bite anyone, so I'm not biting. So now I am like this. So Narani told, oh, I told you not to bite, but you can just, what you can do? Psst. Huh? Just then, what will happen? They will go away. Huh? They will not come on on your way, but they will go on their own way. They will find their own way instead of coming and disturbing you. Just they go away. But when they will come to know that even you are not doing anything, they will do like this, whatever happening with you. In the same way, once one Mataji asked me question this one. She was, I think working in a corporate, thing. And then when they came to know that she has become Hare Krishna devotee, she was wearing mala, tulsi mala, and this and that. And then they understood that she's now become devotee, and then she's now no non-violent and whatever we can say, she's supposed to tolerate. And they were tying up, saying that madam, this and that, so many things, she became very disturbed. And she never asked me, but through one another devotee, and then I gave the same answer like this serpent and Narad. I told her one thing that you can tell them that, see, I have become Hare Krishna devotee. I'm tolerating everything. I'm forgiving. But suppose I will try to react, I will begin to react, then all will, you will shut up your mouths. Huh? It will be very difficult for you to even stay here. You just say that word, sentence, they will come to know. And she did the same, and then they understood because they knew that she is very good in work. She has, very much faithful, honest. They never thought to lose her. Huh? Then they understood, okay, no problem. Just you continue whatever you are doing. And we know that you are a very good person in this office. So that happened with her. So I think uh, that helps you. Okay, और कुछ? अच्छा, साहिल. साहिल तक पहुंचना है.
Hello, Guruji.
हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna. Please share recordings of all English lectures.
Okay.
Are you going to take more lectures now in
Yes,
English?
yes, yes. I will try. I will try.
Okay.
May not be these on these qualities like tolerance, this and that. I may be,
Okay.
but I will try to give a lecture on different topics. If you have any suggestions, so suggestions are very welcome. So I can
You can also upload it on YouTube.
can you say it again?
You can also upload it on YouTube
Yes, why not? Yes,
sessions.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, why not? Yes.
Okay.
और कुछ?
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Right.
साधु शास्त्र प्रभु, गरुड़ पुराण प्रभु. अरे मेरे गरुड़ पुराण. Oh. So your name is Garud Puran. That means you have to read from Garud Purana. So oh, he's having his. Okay. Yes, Garud Puran Prabhu.
अरे हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु।
प्रभु जी, हिंदी में पूछो क्या? मैं थोड़ा,
यस,
हाँ तो
व्हाई नॉट।
मैं अभी हमारे मतलब सेवा करते करते कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, तो मतलब मतभेद होता है कुछ अभी किसी किसी में, मतलब आप मतलब ये नहीं मतलब बोलने बोलने में नहीं, ऐसे दूर दूर, तो हमारे फेयरफुल नेचर की वजह से हम कुछ चीज़ें करना भूल जाते हैं, मतलब ये को क्लेरिफाई करना या किसी से क्लेरिफाई करना। हम दूर दूर रहते हैं, तो इसके वजह से वो क्लेरिफाई नहीं होता, और फिर हमारे मन में ही वो चीज़ें चलती रहती है, और फिर वो उससे हम डिस्टर्ब हो जाते हैं। डिस्टर्ब मतलब हमें सब कुछ पता है कि टॉलरेंस करना है या मतलब सहन करना है, शास्त्र अध्ययन करना है। शास्त्र अध्ययन नहीं होने के बाद भी ऐसा होता है, और चैंटिंग भी ठीक से ना होने के कारण ये सब ऐसे विचार आते रहते हैं। चैंटिंग ठीक से होता है और शास्त्र अध्ययन करेंगे तो ये सब चीज़ें थोड़ा हम टॉलरेट करना करते रहते हैं। जब ये अच्छा नहीं होता है तो फिर ये ऐसे विचार आते रहते हैं।
यस,
तो उस वजह उस टाइम के क्या करने का मतलब, हमें फ्री फेयरफुल नेचर है, इसकी वजह से मैं ऐसा कुछ चीज़ें करना भूल जाता हूँ, तो उस टाइम पे क्या करने का?
बहुत अच्छा, वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन। Actually, your question is having the answer also. You mentioned that whenever you read Shastra, when you read your chanting is very nice, attentive chanting, then you feel that you are becoming tolerant, and then you exhibit that quality of tolerance. So you have to increase that. Reading Shastra, you can give specific time for reading Shastras every day, and then at the same time you can associate with the devotees. Chanting in the association of devotees is very important. Like on Zoom, every day Guru Maharaj is giving time to us. And then if we chant with Guru Maharaj, with the devotees, then that's very, very easy. And then whenever, time permits or whenever you are free, you can visit the temple, you can stay in the temple. And then like I'm in Pandharpur, you can come to Pandharpur, stay in the temple sometimes, attend morning program, Mangalati with the devotees. Like today, Krishna and Prabhu, he gave very nice, wonderful lecture, his glories of holy name and so many things, very nice things he gave. With, we have to chant with faith and we have to chant attentively. Uh, Mostly he was, mentioning these two things. We have to increase our faith, and to increase our faith, we have to read the Shastras. And then to chant attentively, we have to chant in the asana devotees. So that is very important. If you are not in the asana devotees, then no one will tell that if you are kind of sleeping, we are seeing it in here and there. But if you are in a group of devotees, then we see that, oh, everyone is chanting, okay, let me chant, let me concentrate. Once I remember once Guru Maharaj told that we have to, think like that. I remember on the 75th Vyas Puja of Guru Maharaj in Vrindavan, he told that, okay, let me chant. Today I will chant in such a way, I never chanted like this. I will chant very seriously, very attentively. I never chanted like this. Then, Krishna gives strength. We have to pray. Actually, this is a gradual process. Huh? Once I approached Jananimas Prabhu of Mayapur, Srila Prabhupada's disciple. I was asking about this, all these good qualities. I told that, Prabhuji, how I can, get all these good qualities. He told that holy name will reveal everything. You just go on chanting very attentively, and one day will come that what happens? All those good qualities, they one by one they come in us. They are actually they are qualities of soul, not that we have to bring from somewhere, some market or like that. They are qualities inside us, but due to misidentification with this, ourselves with the body, with this material world, we lost everything because we are identifying ourselves with the body, with the material nature, with this and that, so many things. That's why we're getting disturbed, no? But when by attentive chanting, by strict reading, by association, we will become like Guru Maharaj gives this example of coconut. Hmm? In the beginning, if we see coconut, small coconut, we cannot differentiate with the water, with the, you know, everything inside that. And then what happens? gradually when it becomes ripened, what happens? Everything becomes separate. We can separate everything. And at the end, what happens if we see like this? First we can hear you know there is water, and after that sometime water will be removed or gone, and then we hear uh, the coconut is inside becomes dried, and we can hear the sound of that also. So Guruma said in the same way that you know the soul is now so much involved with this bodily activities. But when we hear chant and so many things, then what happens? The soul, Guru Maharaj told that तो आत्मा हिल जाता है. Means it's not attached with the body. Now it can come out also anytime. You can understand this with this analogy. Very easy to understand. So similarly, if you go on chanting this and that association, you have to have some counselor. Uh, you approach your counselor, or you may have counselor, but you can approach to any senior devotees you would like to have, on the phone, on the WhatsApp, or in person. You can come in contact, and then things will become easy. Hare Krishna. I think time is up. And